A toxic mother is worse than an absent father. Let's talk about this. Now, I'm not speaking from experience because I have both of my parents, but one of my parents was toxic, so I can kind of relate. And so let's just get into some facts, okay? When you have a mother that is a poor example to your daughters, let's talk about daughters. Like this picture is showing, the daughter's literally stomach out, middle finger up. She's learning bad behaviors. And then a lot of times the women are on here, half naked or cursing or just being belligerent, just not being a good example to their girls. So then a couple of things can happen. The girls can end up obviously being just like them, right? But then also the girls can despise their mothers so much that they do everything in their power to not be anything like them. And sometimes that means getting an education, putting themselves in better positions to never have to rely on a man. Or sometimes that means getting out the house too soon and getting with someone much older just to get away from their mother, which can turn detrimental in the long run. Also, when young girls see their mothers operating in their masculine, toxic energy, they believe that's normal sometimes. Then they grow up thinking that it's okay or it's cute or it's normal again to be toxic, to be extremely aggressive, but also want someone to be masculine around them. But it really can work both ways. Then, of course, you got the girls who will take heed to their mothers and respond to everything with their sexuality, not really valuing themselves because they see their mothers with men in and out the house. And so, in turn, they think that that's the type of validation they're supposed to be seeking. And when they grow up, that's the type of environment that they're going to want for themselves. But again, this can be totally opposite. You can have a girl that despises her mother, despise those actions, and want to be totally different. Again, she can despise those actions and want to be totally different to the point where she's willing to put herself in any other position that sometimes may not be better than what she was trying to leave, but she really just wants to get out of that situation with her mother and will be willing to take and deal with anything. This can go great and then it can go horrible. But then let's talk about the mother being toxic around the sons. So sons grow up, they see their mother with this toxic behavior. They learn a couple things as well. They believe that all women are hoes, just like their mother, unfortunately. B, they see their mothers operating in their masculinity, so they believe when they grow up, they want to find a mother just like a woman, just like their mother, that takes care of everything, and so they're not used to seeing a masculine presence cover and protect their mother, so they in turn would not be able to do the same because they never had the examples exuded in their home style. Or the young man can, just like the young lady, despise how their mother lived, absolutely hate it, and in turn hate their mother, and in turn hate the women that look like their mother. You see where I'm going with this? To the point that he would do anything, even date outside his race, date outside any type of anything that looks like his mother, to get away from the aesthetic, the lifestyle, the mindset that he's seen his mother bestow on him and their family from a young age. Then there's some young men that get around older men that say, hey, your mother's not living right. Let me teach you how to treat a woman. And in turn, that older man teaches him the proper way. And although he is not pleased with his mother's action, he makes sure that he is going to find a woman that does not exude those actions that his mother did. And he wants to be a masculine presence in the woman in his life. And he learned from the best, learned from looking at his mother's mistakes and saying that he does not want a woman to go through what she's gone through. And I can just go on and on about the actions that can be led up from a young girl with a toxic mother and a young man with a toxic mother. But let's talk about how it affects young girls with absent fathers. And I'm not going to make this video too long, so let me know if y'all want a part 2 of how young boys grow up without an absent father. But when a young girl grows up without a father, there's this array, a wide opening mindset. There's so many things that can happen without a male presence in a young girl's life. There's the obvious, where she's constantly seeking male validation because she never received that at home. Then there's the aspect that she may accept any type of male affirmations that are really basic just because she's not used to the bare minimum because she didn't get that at home. Then there's the discipline aspect. There is nothing like a man presence in his daughter's life when it comes to discipline, especially around those preteen years, because typically mothers and daughters don't really get along around that time. So that's when the male presence really has to kick in. And without that male presence around that 10 years, that's when typically you get the young girls that are sexually active, that are entertaining men older than them because really they're just looking for their dad. And that preteen mindset can go on and well into your 20s, 30s, and even 40s. When a lot of times a lot of women are just dealing with men just because they don't want to let someone go. They don't want to see them walk away because the first man in their life that should have been with them did walk away. And so a lot of times these girls dote over or mishandle the basic information that I'm going to say not so good men bring to them, aka lies, aka just basic compliments, aka not being streetwise upon what men will put down or say to them because there was no man in their life to tell them or give them the warning signs of what men would typically say to do whatever they can to get what you have, which is, y'all know what I'm trying to say. So like I said, I'm not gonna make this video too long, but tell me what y'all think. A toxic mother is worse than an absent father. Let's talk about it. Let me know if y'all want a part 2. I can elaborate. As an educator for over 10 years, to me they're like tit for tat almost.